right now, and he just a little while ago, actually, well, about a couple hours ago, retweeted the Fox article. The fact that Julian Assange would retweet this article on Seth Rich is it means a great deal. The article is family's private investigator. There is evidence Seth Rich had contact with WikiLeaks prior to death. I can only assume that Julian Assange retweeting it obviously lends a lot of credibility to the story. It has been almost a year since Democratic National Committee staffer Seth Rich was murdered in the nation's capital. There have been no solid answers about why he was killed until now. Rich was shot and killed last July, but he was shot in the back and nothing was taken. So that's not a botched robbery. That's obviously something else. In Northwest D.C., and police have suggested the killing in the district's Bloomingdale neighborhood was a botched robbery. That's not a robbery. However, online conspiracy theories have tied the murder to Rich's work at the DNC. Of course, it was a conspiracy theory to say that Bernie Sanders was cheated. Now we know it's the truth. So the establishment always wants to go ahead and stifle any discussion as well. It's not our narrative, must be conspiracy. But Trump worked with Russia. That's 100%. Oh my God, where's the evidence? Well, James Clapper and Dianne Feinstein said there's no evidence. But we're going to roll with that. So they have their own conspiracy theories. Just 2 months shy of the one-year anniversary of Rich's death, Fox 5 has learned there's new information that could prove these theorists right. Rod Wheeler, a private investigator hired by the Rich family, suggests there is tangible evidence on Rich's laptop that confirms he was communicating with WikiLeaks prior to his death. Now, questions have been raised on why D.C. police, the lead agency on this murder investigation for the past 10 months, have insisted this was a robbery gone bad, when there appears to be no evidence to suggest that. D.C. police have to do the right thing and investigate this more than investigate it in a way that in a better way than what James Comey did for Clinton's email investigation. The country is relying on people in law enforcement, people in positions of power to do the right thing. When they don't, then we're wondering why on earth was Seth Rich killed? And why on earth did the DNC cheat Bernie Sanders? Why on earth was Clinton too stupid to be indicted? Why on earth do we have President Trump? A lot of people are wondering that. Wheeler, a former D.C. police homicide detective, is running a parallel investigation into Rich's murder. He said he believes there was a cover-up and the police department has been told to back down from the investigation. Almost certainly that's the case. Almost certainly that's the case. The police department nor the FBI have been forthcoming, said Wheeler. They haven't been cooperating at all. I believe that the answer to solving his death lies on that computer, which I believe is either at the police department or either at the FBI. I've been told both. When we asked Wheeler if his sources have told him there is information that links Rich to WikiLeaks, he said, absolutely, yeah, that's confirmed. And then we have Julian Assange retweeting this story. Wheeler has told us, quote, I have a source inside the police department that has looked at me straight in the eye and said, Rod, we were told to stand down in this case, and I can't share any information with you. Now, that is highly unusual for a murder investigation, especially from a police department. Again, I don't think it comes from the police, from the chief, but I do believe there is a correlation between the mayor's office and the DNC, and that is the confirmation that will come out Tuesday. Okay, look, if you are in the police department in D.C., just do the right thing, because posterity and really the future of the country in many ways is tied to the D.C. police, their investigation of this murder. If the DNC is so corrupt and so evil, and now we're getting into just pure evil. We know that they literally believe they can cheat Bernie Sanders. Literally, that it's okay to have a joke, a farce of a primary, a complete charade. They believe that's justified. But now we're getting into murder. Now we're getting into killing someone because this person could have been, very important to whatever the reason is that Julian Assange retweeted the article. So now we're getting into a murder cover-up. There was already an FBI cover-up with Hillary Clinton. Nobody is that freaking stupid. If you're a Hillbot watching right now, are you saying Madam Secretary was stupid? That she was an idiot? Of course not. She intentionally put the Special Access Program intelligence on her server that was then almost certainly hacked by Russia, China, and Iran. That's according to Defense Secretary Robert Gates. But the DNC, I have a petition out. It is below. Share the DNC, my petition to get the FBI to acquire the DNC's computer servers. The FBI requested those computer servers from the DNC numerous times, and numerous times they were denied. Then James Comey had the bright idea of striking a deal with a corrupt DNC so that they could pick the third-party firm CrowdStrike to go ahead and create the whole Russian. Then they're not even confident about the Russian hacking narrative. I'm looking right now, Julian Assange's Twitter. I do believe Assange and WikiLeaks are heroes, and they're publishers, journalists, and heroes. I believe that without WikiLeaks, what do you have? You have the Washington Post, New York Times, and Daily Beast to give you all the information pertaining to how wonderful Hillary Clinton and the Democratic Party is.